before I proceed with this video, I understand it might be a little bit too long for some of you. So if there's a skin that you've seen today that you're very eager to take a look at, well, by all means, just look at the description, scroll down. I have everything chaptered. So if you wish to skip ahead, the option's available to you. And with that, good day, Ruskin and Jewers. Have you right? Because it's time for the Lunar New Year skins for 2025. A lot of skins were introduced today. Of course, with some brand new abnormal items, which were made by FacePunch themselves. So let's have put out of here. And as you can see, it's a very big rush store. Lots of content. Very nice. Very cool. I'm intrigued, though. Will we see 2 weeks of Lunar New Year? Last year, we had one rush store, but it persisted for 2 weeks. Then we had Valentines, and then like a little mini extra batch of skins. It was a bit odd. But considering we had Halloween last year with 3 weeks and Christmas last year with 3 weeks, could we end up with 2 weeks of Lunar New Year? Considering next week is still January, that will be the last rush store of the month, but it wouldn't surprise me. Just point that out, all right? And with the brand new items, I can't help but assume they might persist as well. But before we do anything, let's proceed to quickly figure out which of these skins are abnormal. To make things a lot quicker, a lot more faster, I'm just going to point out the skins that are not abnormal. So as you can see here, Lunar Snake Bow, lovely looking skin, that's not abnormal. Serpent's Bite Sar, very nice and creative design, that's not abnormal. And of course, the Golden Fang Bandana, this is also not abnormal. Out of all the skins this week, only 3 of them are regular skins. All the other skins are abnormal. We'll be able to chase after them next Wednesday night. I'll be there to stream, of course, 9 PM London time. Look in the description, you'll see links to all my socials. I will be streaming next Wednesday, 9 PM, and we'll take a look at the skins, figure out prices to offer all of them. And of course, we'll have to figure out how we're going to approach these 3 brand new items made by FacePunch themselves. So with the snake mask, that was expected. We get a brand new zodiac animal every single Lunar New Year. So, all right, cool. Is that going to retain its value? We'll talk about that. And over to here, Wall Divider. It's basically like festive garlands. Very cool. You get 3 different versions, and I found out you can hang Chinese lanterns underneath them. You'll be able to see that in a bit. So that's nice. And of course, wallpaper. So yeah, this is new, and instantly I'm under the impression, well, this is the Lunar New Year wallpaper pack. We're going to get one for Valentine's, Easter, Halloween, Christmas, just some in general. Maybe for the Rust birthday. I don't know, but that's definitely got me very curious. Also, these are marketable and tradable. So, like with, the Pokemon card craze, we're going to have to go crazy for these and buy as many as we can. I mean, maybe. It might only be available for a week. And then after that, does it go up in price because people didn't realise it was only available for a week? It's not a general thing, is what I'm saying. So I know you have the general store, and right now you could go buy like the special like coconut clothing, underwear, and whatnot. That's always there. It's evergreen. It's always there. That's not always going to be around. It's probably going to reappear every single Lunar New Year, or maybe next year we get a different Lunar New Year pack, horse themed. I think it's the horse next year. So we shall see. Keep an eye on that. That might turn out to be something pretty special. So I know it's a bit pricey. The designs do look very nice, though. The wallpaper does look very cool, but what's going to happen with that? And could it potentially persist for 2 weeks? Last year, the Lunar New Year stuck around for 2 weeks. It was a bit odd. We don't fully know why, but it happened. But with the amount of skin submissions I've seen in a workshop, there could be 2 rush stores. So we'll see what happens there. So that's looking interesting. It's marketable and tradable. It's abnormal, so we can chase after that next Wednesday night. And, of course, this as well. Maybe it ends up like Festive Garlands. Maybe this might be utilised in such a weird way. Maybe there'd be like a glitch or something and everybody suddenly wants it. $4-ish at the moment. Hey, we shall see. And this, well, it's very 50-50 with the Zodiac masks. Whilst technically speaking, they're all wolf headdress skins. Only like 2 of them are very good at the moment, which is the rat mask and the rabbit one. Yeah, those are the ones that are in the positive. All the other ones that we previously seen, so that's the dragon mask, the tiger mask, the ox mask, they're down in price. So how you approach that is up to you. I will probably just stick with the Barda. That's abnormal, so we can chase after it, and yeah, we'll see how everything turns out. Let's do the abnormal Bardas first. Right, so we'll fuss about that a little bit later. Let's talk about these skins now. So, a lovely batch of skins, as you can see here, and immediately you might think, well then, surely something here is going to work out ever so nicely and become super profitable. Hold your horses, stop right there. Let's just quickly take a look at the previous year's Lunar New Year, and as you can see, they're not holding up very nicely. Holiday themed skins. But with Lunar New Year, a lot of people don't really care. Just got to get that point across to you very quickly. Now, if the skin looks super cool, yeah, by itself, it's very likely going to retain value and do very nicely in the future, as you can see there with the sheet metal double door from the previous year. But nobody cares about that door, nobody cares about that AK, nobody cares about that furnace, nobody cares about that saw, nobody cares about that rug, nobody cares about that box. Just being brutally honest with you, all right? Down 65%, down 64%, down 62%, down 47%, down 19%. Whilst this might look very special and cool right now, First of all, take into consideration the amount of sales these skins are going to have, and also take into consideration, once this is all come and gone, what happens next. There you go. So just point it out, it's probably not going to be super great. Right, so I've said that. We've got that understood. Right, so looking at these skins now, you also might notice after it's been about, what, like a few hours since the rush door properly rotated, some of these skins are sold absurdly. Now, initially, by default, we will sit here and say a lot of sales would clearly indicate there's some very strong demand for a skin. Cool. But you should also take into consideration a lot of people very likely have bought an excess amount of these purely with the intent to sell. What we could easily end up with is oversaturation. You might have a brand new, very interesting looking skin that lots of people want, but a lot of people have jumped in, bought extra stock, and we could end up with a lot of quantity. But how do you compare that with the actual genuine demand? If we have too much extra stock, unfortunately, that's going to get thrown onto the Steam market, it's going to get thrown onto third-party sites. The price of these skins very likely will suffer. There'll be too many people trying to sell these for a quick flip profit, and when they start undercutting each other, eventually the price is likely going to suffer. Just giving you a warning there. If the quantity was very comparable to the actual genuine demand, then the value of the skin will definitely go up. It's not too hard to comprehend, right? So you've been warned about that. With the amount of sales I'm currently seeing after just a few hours, I'm a bit concerned about some of these skins. But I will give credit to the skin creators. They did a very good job with them. Cool. Right, so shall we get started then? Neon Lunar Serpent Garage Door. Over the past 2 weeks, I've been talking about how we've had some cool-looking garage doors, but you have to be a bit wary, a bit cautious, because, well, with the previous 2 years, we saw a lot of very interesting-looking garage door skins, and, of course, Twitch drops. And then this week we get 2. Yippee! So, okay, it's not too bad, is it? Well, like I just said, these skins are selling pretty ridiculously. More specifically, the garage doors I'm looking at the moment. So, Neon Lunar Serpent Garage Door. You've already reached almost 12,000 subscribers, and as I scroll down over to here, you can see that, yes, 11,500, very cool. I can't help but assume a lot of people looked at that and thought it might have been a sequel to the last year's Neon Dragon Garage Door. I can confirm to you that is not the case. These are made by separate skin creators. Okay, well, people still like it, and yeah, fair enough. I will respect that. But I am looking at this, and I'm going to give you a very rough, generalized assumption. I think that might be reaching up to 50,000 subscribers. So remember what I said. Quantity versus genuine demand. And of course, as we start to approach like February, March, April, we are going to expect a bit of a drop-off with the player count. And you have to be wary about that. When people stop playing, they're more than happy to just quickly throw away their skins. It's like, well, I'm probably not going to play properly until the summer. I'll just sell my skins now while the prices are okay and come back and buy other things in the future. And when there's more people selling rather than buying, yes, of course, that leads to prices going down. Less people playing equals less demand for skins, which, of course, also means prices going down. So be cautious, be wary, and don't be too surprised if these skins sell ridiculous amounts. We end up with a lot of them on the Steam market and on third-party sites, and eventually the prices start going down. Easter dip is around usually March and April time, so we'll see how this all goes, but just giving you that warning. So let's actually showcase these garage doors. So I'm going to look at both the Neon Lunar Serpent Garage Door and the Snake Lord Garage Door. We're going to do a bit of a duo. So get a good look at that view. It's looking ever so nice. And with these wall frames, do you notice how you can hang some lanterns underneath? I alluded to that, but now you can actually see it on display. Looking very nice, looking very cool. But let's go ahead and take a look at this garage door first. So observe, people. Why don't we turn on the lights? Right, as you might notice, it's very nice and reflective. Get a good look at that. A very nice up-close look right there. You can see all the railing holding up the neon lighting. You can see the nice pattern behind it. Let's zoom out a bit. Whoop. And get a good look at that. It's looking very nice. It's looking very pretty. Let's get a proper nighttime look. So that and lights off. There you go. Now we have the lanterns on the side, but you can still see that lights up ever so brightly. It's a very appealing looking skin. I don't blame people wanting to buy that. By all means, if you like the skin, you go buy it, use it, enjoy it, support that skin creator, keep them nice and motivated, keep putting nice creative designs in the future. But with this, I can't help but assume it might be selling a little bit too ridiculously. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. But hey, if you just wanted one for yourself, it shouldn't matter too much. But if you're looking at that and thinking, oh, I could probably get a lot of them and try and flip them in the future and make a lovely bit of profit, you want to do the abnormal barders first, all right? You've got to do that. That is definitely the smartest way of approaching it. So I'll talk more about abnormals in a second if you're completely new to that. Don't worry. And as I move over to here, there you go. It's a waifu snake lady. Yippee! Do you like snake girls? We're going to have to, right? You're going to have to learn. So, yeah, that's a very cool looking design. It's not really as reflective. It's more of like a flat image. So I just want to get that across to all of you. And, of course, nighttime go. It does glow. This does glow. It's actually quite bright. Now, as you can see with the upper rolled up bit here, that glows if you rolled it up. And same thing over to here, the bottom part will glow as well. So just to inform you of that. So both of these garage doors looking very appealing. This one obviously isn't selling as much, but it's still selling pretty ridiculously. Just got to point that out. That by itself, if we didn't see that other garage door being accepted today, I think this would have sold a lot more. But of course, that is there. So with this, you might recall, do you remember last year we had the cute like Valentine skin? That's made by the same people. So they've made a Lunar New Year skin this year. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a cutesy Easter skin, another attempt at a Halloween skin. They also made the Spell garage door from the previous year, not the one that had the whole AI fiasco, the one before that. So wouldn't be surprised if we see more of it. So technically speaking, you could probably consider that as a collection continuation, but it's not really. So anyway, cool looking design. I think that will probably do a decent job of maintaining interest. People like to collect these garage doors of cute manga-style women. I don't know. What's become of people? So, yeah, I mean, very nice, very cute, very cool. But we got to wait it out. We got to see what the sales look like next Wednesday night. So, first of all, daytime quick look at both. Very cool. Now, let's quickly tab out. And quickly, let's just showcase that what I was alluding to of Hewok and Irrepeller. They made the Love Arrow designs, the Spell Garage Door, you may recall these, and keep an eye out, they'll probably be making some very nice, interesting designs in the near future. And with Mr. 38, props to you. You've had a decent amount of skins accepted last year, and you're starting off this year with a lot of sales. But garage doors, garage doors, garage doors. You've been warned. We get a lot of these. There will be a lot more in the future. As of now, with the next batch of Twitch drops, I haven't been hearing anything in regards to a new garage door. So for now, we're kind of safe with that. But there will be more Twitch drops. And there will be a lot more garage doors accepted in the future. So just gotta wait and see how that all turns out. But abnormals. Hedge, what on earth are you alluding to? So recently, last night, quite literally, we did the abnormal barders for the previous week. If you want to truly understand how it all works, please consider watching the first 5 minutes of this video right here, Ruskin Abnormal Barders for January 23, 2025. After about 5 minutes, skip ahead to the Barders chapter. You'll basically understand mostly everything, right? So listen in, give that a good watch, and you'll basically get the general gist of how it all works. To quickly get it all into your head, abnormal skins will appear marketable before the rust or even rotates next week, and we can use that time to our advantage. We'll put Barders in, and we can see if there's actual genuine demand for all of these skins, and then we'll feel more confident if we actually want to jump in and buy into them. I can confirm to you, after last night's abnormal barders, I actually went ahead and bought 50 of these ultramarine kilts. Totally fine with it. I looked at the amount of barders it has, so remember, that sold at $1.99, and right now, on the Steam market, I can confirm to you that we have barders going all the way up to $2. That definitely looks like it's actually going to retain its value for the foreseeable future, and if we see ultramarine hoodie and pants or boots and gloves at any point in the near future, I'll be making some pretty sweet profit, just saying. So I felt more confident after we did the abnormal barders. Just point out to you. So for your consideration, if you don't fully understand it still, next Wednesday I will be on stream, 9 PM London time, and I'll guide you all through it. Cool. Right then, so with that all said, shall we now talk about the next skin? Because those garage doors, we have to wait it out. That is selling at $3. That is selling at $3.49. Those are higher prices. That's concerning. With the amount that are selling at the moment, that's also concerning. I want to wait and see what the sales look like next Wednesday. Of course, the day before we actually see the rotation happen. Abnormal barders, then we look and see the support afterwards. Then we make considerations. We're actually going to jump in and buy into them. Cool. You get that? Let's move on. Let's go ahead and talk about the Celestial Coil MP5. So, this was a bit of a surprise to me. Covelho, I thought you were a newer person. Then I found out you got a ton of skins accepted in 2020. I'm not joking, his workshop's very strange. I guess he just didn't want to make skins after a while. Maybe he got a job. Who knows? But yeah, he's had plenty of skins accepted in the past. Covelho, may I ask, Valentine's just around the corner, can you make some more Road Romeo skins? I'm just saying, please. Tier 2, Tier 3, I'm just saying, please. Anyway, it would be nice. You could probably consider investing into them. Just saying, keep an eye on the workshop with the Valentine skin submissions. That'll be happening over the course of the next few weeks. Anyway, so a brand new MP5. That's cool, but MP5s in general as investments, how are they currently holding up? Well, there we go. Yeah, so that's bit of a concern, and especially when you consider the Twitch drops we've seen somewhat recently. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that really compares to the Aurats MP5. You might say the Cybercore MP5. I think the design, the colour scheme, the gradient design of it carries it a bit more. Still very good, still very useful, but that trumps it easily. That right there, it very likely might end up like most MP5s, where they're kind of down in price. Yes, we do have a decent amount of them currently in the positive. It is post-Christmas, but what happens to this afterwards? Well, you know what? Why don't we actually hop back in game and give it a good look? So as I hop back over to here, oh, here we are. Why don't we move that sun around, because it's in my face and I can't see. Get a good look at that. Yes, that's a very nice, cool snake-looking pattern, snake design. Now, if I were to just aim down the sight, what do you see? A perfectly fine normal aim sight. But like I said, compare that with the Aurats and Ricoloff Twitch drop. That's got a transparent aim sight, and it's super helpful. And this right here, well, you have to pay for it. Also, quick look at nighttime. What do you see? Nothing like super helpful, I guess you could say. You can clearly see that. Yeah, that's not really going to change the world, is it? So, yeah, here's what it is. I am worried for this. I don't think it will hold up very nicely. Being brutally honest with you, I did show off to you last year's skins, and look how they're currently holding up. It's Lunar New Year this week, and nobody cares. Yeah, so it very likely might end up like another skin that goes down by about 62% or more. So we gave that a good look. Now let's quickly go put it on display. So I'm going to go stand here, strike a pose, and yes, you also might notice I'm wearing some Reptile Hunter with the snake mask. Do you reckon that looks pretty cool? All right, night time, go. Yep, give that a good look. Let's get a good side look, and as you can see, looking very nice. Cavalho, that's a perfectly fine looking MP5, but unfortunately, with it being a holiday theme skin, I do worry for it in the future. Alright, so as I said, being brutally honest, I think I could probably pick that up for a much cheaper price. So let's hop out of here. That is sitting at $2.49. I really wouldn't be surprised. I could probably buy it for about half the price, maybe in a few months' time. Easter dip. I'm very concerned about that, of course, but you turn up and watch these videos and you want to listen into what I say in regards to how I feel about certain skins, if they could be nice investments and whatnot. MP5s just ain't it anymore. Hopefully we'll see another recall update, and maybe they improve them a lot more. They have been tweaking it, but, you know, burst fire and whatnot, it just doesn't seem to be making that much of a difference for the skins at the very least, right? Just point out, for the skins at the very least. Maybe they just give it a huge buff and then suddenly everybody wants to use MP5s. Well, I mean, pipe dream. Anyway, for what it is, by all means, if you like it, go buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, and maybe we might get some more Road Romeo in the future. Just saying. Anyway, best of luck, best of luck. Right, shall we now go ahead and showcase the sheet metal double door. Now, I was kind of surprised by this because, first of all, this is first ever skin to be accepted for Flashback. Congratulations, sir. He's been producing a lot of sheet metal double doors as of recent, and there were quite a few submitted for Lunar New Year, but this is the winner, so props to you. Congratulations. Now, I need to go show these off because it does look very pretty. But before I do that, what did I say last week? What did I say last week when we had the sunken sheet metal double door right there on display? Is it going to be another year where we see a lot of sheet metal double doors being accepted? At what point is the breaking point? At what point is there too many sheet metal double doors? At what point do we start seeing new sheet metal double doors coming out, being accepted, then after a week it instantly goes down in price? Much like what you'd normally see of a sheet metal door or a garage door. You know what I'm saying. If you're a proper investor, you would have kept track with these things, you'd have noticed. All right? As of now, all the regular non-holiday themed sheet metal double doors that came out in Rust doors, they're currently all in the positive. Very nice to see. It is post-Christmas, best time to sell the skins. But will we get a little bit too much this year? And of course, consider Twitch drops as well. Will we get a little bit too much? And will that turn into a problem of, well, we have too many now and I just don't care for them anymore? I'm sure you know what I mean. So, sheet metal doors, there's like 240 plus of them. Sheet metal double doors, there's 64 at the moment. It might be quite a while until you reach that breaking point, but I have to be very cautious about it. Also, first of all, $3.49, oof, that might be a little bit rough, but as you can see right now, that's getting a lot of attention, that's getting a lot of attention, that's getting a little bit more attention. Maybe this doesn't sell too ridiculously. Alright, fair enough, we can accept that. And now let's go ahead and showcase it in game. I must now move over and give that a good look because that's looking ever so nice and comfy. Now with these wall frames to the side with the lanterns, I think it makes it look even better. Now, daytime, go. Let's move the sun around a little bit more. There we go. Look at the shine. Look at that. A lovely piece of work right there. Perfectly fine for what it is. Flashback, good job. Next year we could probably see a garage door from you. A single sheet metal door. It's up to you. But yeah, it works well with the theme. I think that's perfectly fine. Now, you may recall a little bit earlier I just said the non-holiday theme skins retain their value and were doing very nicely. But did you see the Halloween one and the Christmas one? But Long Double Door from the previous year, which sold almost 40,000 subscribers worth of skins, is still in the positive. We literally just showed that a little bit earlier because I showed you last year's skins. If the design is good, if it stands out ever so nicely, I mean, people will appreciate it, people will like it. So first of all, get a quick look at this with the lighting on the side there. Stands out quite nicely, pretty reflective. But if we could get total darkness real quickly, tap. It is a perfectly fine glow-in-the-dark sheet metal double door. Comfy, relaxing, it works. But technically speaking, it is a holiday theme skin, and by default, wouldn't you be a little bit worried about that? Well, I brought it to your attention, and what do you think? Do you like it? By all means, go ahead, buy one for yourself. Appreciate it. Go support that brand new skin creator and keep an eye on them on the workshop from here on now. There won't be any sequels for another year, though. Just going to point that out, all right? There won't be any sequels for a long time. And will there be even more sheet metal double doors in the future? Time will tell. Keep an eye on the workshop. Right then, so looking at that, $3.49. We did recently have a $3.49 sheet metal double door. That was the Protector sheet metal double door, and that held up all right. It did get a collection continuation pretty soon after its acceptance, though, didn't it? Yeah. Well, we're in an odd spot. Will that suffer, or will it work out? I will sit here and say, at the very least, I don't think it'll go down too badly. All right, so let's just quickly hop out of here real quickly. As you can see, when I look at the more recent sheet metal double doors, those holiday theme skins, so the Christmas ones and the Halloween ones, well, that's down by 24%. That's down by 27%. And that's down by 58%. That is pretty bad. But when you look at previous, like, holiday-themed sheet metal double door skins, eventually they did work out nicely. Eventually they did go up ever so nicely. So give it some time, maybe it'll be all right. But when I look at all the Lunar New Year skins of the past, I think this is only the second sheet metal double door to be accepted, right? Last year's one looked awesome. That worked out ever so nicely. $4 at the moment after selling at $2.49. But you're a lot more calmer. You're not so like, it doesn't jump out at me as much in terms of like the style, but there's nothing wrong with that. And then again, you know, with the garage doors, we did get accepted as well. Yeah. So, okay. Let's wait it out. It's abnormal. You get the idea. Let's be patient. Let's wait it out, see what the sales look like, and then make considerations when we do the abnormal bars next week. That is the best way to approach it, especially if you want to make some lovely, sweet, delicious looking profit. So yeah, you get the idea. Right then, so with all that yapping, shall we now proceed to talk about the next skin? Right then, Golden Fan Bandana. This is a pretty interesting design. Now, I just want to quickly bring this up to you. You might have thought this goes with the Poncho. No, the Poncho actually had its own bandana, but I think FacePunch decided to pick this out because it happens to blend in quite nicely with the snake mask. I'll show that off to you in a quick second, don't you worry. But congratulations to Rosato, a perfectly fine looking design. I think he actively decided to try and make this work with the mask. Not 100% sure of that because it doesn't show it in the pictures here. Maybe it just turned out conveniently. Anyway, I need to show this off to you. So, as I quickly hop over to here, ta-da! Look at that. That's cute, that's silly. But it seems to work. And I think that's the reason why FacePunch accepted that. So, for what it is, that's cool. That's funny. And of course, with the snake mask, looking ever so nice. Lights off, of course. There you go. So, no sunlight. That's looking pretty cool. Now, the actual mask does have a jaw, but with the bandana, it obviously gives you some extra stats, and it's pretty useful. Just to remind all of you, the snake mask is technically a wolf headdress. Point made. So, yeah. Does it work? Does it blend nicely? Does it look like they're pogging? Quick, do the pog chat. You have to. Anyway, so that's a perfectly fine approach. Bandanas, though. How do they hold up as investments? Well, we recently just had the Tyre bandana. It's already gone down in price. Conveniently, Tyre Collection has had some hide clothing being submitted this past weekend, so maybe that could help that out. But here's the problem. We're not going to see another Golden Fang skin for a long time. Not until next year. Uh-oh. So look at all these skins in the previous year, for example. If I can recall, we never got a Kitchen Warfare band. That never really got like a proper sequel. Not that I can remember. Neanderthal did. That still went down the price. Oof. Bone armor, well, that's weird. If you've seen that in game, it bends really awkwardly. I think that's why people appreciate it. Metal bandana, I think we got some more skins. They weren't accepted though. Anyway, it can be a bit odd. Quite a lot of the skins go down in price. Quite a decent amount of them go up in price. Maybe some of it is manipulations. Who knows? But this all by itself, I do worry for it. I feel like it does need more to go with it. But as I just showcased to you, it does kind of blend in nicely with the mask. Maybe it also works well with the poncho. I've given it a good look. It's fine. Maybe we'll show that off a little bit later. But for what this is, it wouldn't surprise me if you could get it for cheaper later on. It really wouldn't surprise me. So that's for your consideration. But I think you could get it for cheaper. But by all means, Rosato, they don't get that many skins accepted. So if you're going to go show your support, give a good pat in the back and whatnot, go buy it. Appreciate it, Support that skin creator, keep nice motivated, putting out nice creative designs in the future. It's for your consideration. But it wouldn't surprise me if you could get it cheaper later down the line. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do see some more Golden Fang clothing next year. Maybe, I don't know, his own poncho. What about some burlap clothing? We shall see. All right. So I'll leave it at that. Let's now proceed to talk about these weapon skins. So first up, we have the Serpent's Bite Star. I have seen this beforehand. It's a very lovely looking piece of art. Yes, produced by Ian and Nuvo. Get a good look at that. But of course, you want to get a much better look at it. We've got to showcase it in game. Right. So let's proceed to do just that. Go then. Let's open up my hands, turn on the lights, and whip it out. And here we are. Get a good look at the snake design. Yeah, looking very pretty. A lovely choice of colours aimed down the sight. Get a good look at that. And if I were to just quickly turn off the lights, as you can see, nothing super noticeable. It's fine for what it is. It's fine. So, lights back on. What do you reckon? A cool looking design, but here's the thing. How many stars have we had as of recent? I think we had a star every Rustor in 2025 so far, and that's starting to it's kind of becoming a bit of a problem. Why'd you say that? We got quite a lot of stars last year. And the year before that. And star skins are kind of turning into like the new AK, where only like a couple of them end up in the positive and all the other ones go down in price. So I ask you, looking at this skin, do you reckon it's going to hold up? Do you reckon this design will, be in demand forever? I like the design. I think it looks cool. But don't you think there'll be a lot more stars being accepted this year, part of notable collections and whatnot? Huh. What do you reckon? It kind of wouldn't surprise me if this goes down in price. It wouldn't, but I could still see it working out a little bit better compared to other stars because it does look very cool. I think the skin creators did a very good job with this. Let's move the sun around a little bit more so I can get a little bit more of the shine on the side here. Oh, yep, looking very good. Looking very neat. All right, then. So that's cool, but I'm a bit cautious. Now let's whip out the M249. I've seen this already. I made a short video. I thought, wow, that's cool. That's nice. I hadn't had an M249 for a while. And quite literally, that is the case. The last M249 to be added to the game was Fancy Orb's M249 Twitch drop. And then before that, the Royal M249, which was accepted a year ago. We haven't had a M249 in Rustor for a year. Okay, fair enough. Point made. But what about this? Will this hold up very nicely? Well, first of all, nighttime look. Get a good look at that. As you can see, it's fine what it is. Use a holo sight if you really need to, but you get the idea. Back. Right. I worry. It could go either way. So I'll talk more about that in a bit based on the idea of, well, if we don't see that many M249 skins anymore, could that help it out? But then again, I should also ask you, how often are you using an M249? Ah, there you go. That's a bit of concern. And then we have the bow skin. Get a look at this. Very nice. Cool looking bow. Got the snake all on the side. But then we have to talk about bows because, well, what's happening? Primitive game mode just around the corner. Ooh. And we talked about this last week with the crossbow because, well, what is going to happen to bows and crossbows and combat knives and salvage swords and long swords when the primitive game mode comes out? Well, you'd expect them to be used a lot more. And with more, justified usage, people will feel the need to want to have skins. I'm using this a lot more now, and you know what? I could probably go get a very nice, cool skin for it. I'm going to go buy one now. That very likely might be happening. And with the barders I've seen for a lot of primitive weapons, I guess you could say, they're increasing. They're going up. It might just be post Christmas, or it might be the hype for primitive game mode. But let's now hop out of here. And let's just quickly go through these free weapon skins right now. So, Serpent's Bite Star. Point I was trying to get across, and it's very simple to see. What you see here is a lot of SARs over the past few years, and how many of them are actually in the positive. We can't count Starry Dream because it only just became marketable a little bit earlier, but looking at all of these, you got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you got 4. 4 out of 27. And you go to the previous year, and you got 1. And you go to the previous year, you got 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, point made. Only a few work out very nicely. Is that going to be one of them for 2025? You tell me. By default, not feeling super confident. So, yeah, point made. But at the very least, we could wait till next Wednesday, but that's not abnormal. Oh, no. So, we'll have to make a consideration on Wednesday night. I might just stick with doing a barter. Same thing could have been said for the bandana as well. Both of these not abnormal. But for the Ophidia M249, well, let's just take a quick look at this. As I said, how often are you even using M249? Now, depending what service you play on and whatnot, maybe it's going to be different. But that Royal M249 ain't doing very good. That Copper M249 ain't doing very good. That Cold Hunter M249 ain't doing very good. The Redemption one ain't doing very good. Point made. Oh no, what's going on? How often do we even use the weapon itself? Oh, okay. Yeah, right, point made. Cool looking design, perfectly fine for what it is. But, yeah, I feel like I got the point across. I don't think that'll be retaining its value. But by all means, if you like it, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, blah, 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 you know. But as an investment, well, yeah, I'm not fully convinced, I'll sit here and say. Maybe some sort of change will happen in the future that will get everybody wanting to use M249s. All right, cool. Or actually be able to get them a lot easier. Okay, cool. But as of now, problem. So, not fully confident in that. But Lunar Snake Bow, you are the third skin that's not abnormal. And as I said, I've been looking at all these hunting bows as of recent. I own a lot of them in my own inventory. I've been making a lot of sales in post-Christmas. I'm sure you've probably seen enough of that because I keep making post-Christmas videos over the past month. But anyway, Abyss hunting bows improved. Neon wire bow has improved a lot. It's only slightly down in price. You know, a lot of these bows were down real bad. They're down to like $1, but they've increased, they've improved, and they're getting close to their rust-or prices again. They are improving. And when everything kicks off with the primitive game mode, it really wouldn't surprise me if we start seeing a lot more bow skins starting to go up in price. You can't use guns. You can use a revolver and a water pipe, but you were not able to get ammo for them. You have to find it. So they're going to be like super special for primitive game mode. But yeah, it's all going to be about bows. It's all going to be about crossbows. The brand new 4-shot mini crossbow is looking good. It's looking good for bow skins. So for you right there, I can't answer it perfectly because I don't know how things are going to turn out over the course of the next 2 weeks. It's interesting. It's very interesting. But that's not abnormal, and there very likely will be a lot more bow skins being accepted now because to promote for the primitive game mode, they're probably going to start accepting more of those. So if you're a skin creator, consider making salvage swords, long swords, combat knives, I said long swords, bow skins, crossbow skins. I'm just saying, I think that's going to probably get a lot more appreciation from Face Punch. So yeah, that might be cool now, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot more. Just saying. All right, so keep an eye on it if you so wish, but by default, I feel like it's still going to go below its rust-or price. It's still quite a ways away until we get the actual February Force Wipe update. It's just around the corner, but it's still a bit of a wait, and people don't like waiting. They're impatient. Right then, so we just yapped about all those skins now. Shall we now proceed to talk about the next batch of skins? We have a cape, we have a large box, a backpack, we have a small box, we have a sheep. Yeah, we got more. So yeah, let's go ahead with that. Lunar Jacket Cape. Get a good look at that. Right, so we've got a special looking design right here. If you can recall, we had the Wilnef jacket Twitch drop last year. We had the Berserker Cloak jacket from the previous year. This is another design with some transparency on the front. Whoosh, lights on. So, for what it is, if you like this, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it. Support those skin creators because that is a perfectly fine looking jacket skin. Transparency in the front though, clearly Face Punch isn't worried about that anymore. When we first saw the Berserker Cloak jacket a good couple of years back, we were so worried in regards to, was that going to trick people? Was that going to, trick people not being able to notice it from afar? I guess it doesn't matter. I think this is reminiscent to those large sort of costumes people wear for the dragons, when they have the street parades. It just needs a gigantic mask. And I guess, that's what the mask I'm wearing for is supposed to be, I guess. Maybe Mr. Duck, the skin creator, considers making a right helmet Dragon Mask next year, and maybe it could work out quite nicely. It would make sense, I guess. I am wearing the bandana with this as well. Still makes it look pretty cool. I think it blends nicely with the jacket for the snake mask. It looks good. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? So this jacket, you're kind of selling for a pretty high price. So let's quickly hop out of here. Right, $3. Oh dear, $3. Mr. Duck. It's pretty expensive, isn't it? Well, I mean, it's not his choice. It's Face Punch's. But anyway, looking at this, I mean, all you really got to do is just take a quick look at the skins that are very similar from the previous years and see how they're currently holding up, and it'll probably paint a pretty obvious picture. First of all, Lunar New Year, but it's kind of holiday themed, so by default you're kind of a little bit worried. But you also might notice we have the Shroud and Beanans jacket. I forgot about that one. Well, last year we did get quite a lot of jackets. Oh yeah, Heavy Night. Heavy Night jacket might work out very nicely with the primitive game mode, though. Just to point out, lots of the night theme skins have been bought out, so we'll see what becomes of that. But yeah, the large cape jacket, and then of course we have the Berserker cloak jacket. Oh my! Again, the amount of sales definitely was a big problem for that. Anyway, we've had a lot of jackets as of recent, and maybe this year we get another big fat batch of jackets all over again. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to sit here and say, by default, I don't have a lot of faith in it. I am a bit worried. But here's something I haven't even properly considered until now. How big is Rust, or how big is Rust in China, I should say? How many Chinese players do we have playing Rust? I don't actually know. I've never even considered that. What do you think? What would you say the percentage is? And over the course of the next few years, could it ever improve? Would we suddenly start seeing all of these, Chinese themed skins potentially going up in price? Consider it. You might not realise how big of an impact the Chinese player base was for Counter-Strike, for example. A lot of money got pumped in, let me put it that way. Anyway, the jacket, for what it is, perfectly fine. I have no issue with it. It's just, I can't see it maintaining that $3 price. But it's not selling excessively at the moment, which is definitely doing it a favour, but I can't give you a clear picture in regards to how much it's likely going to have by next Thursday until I see the first 24 hours of sales. Maybe it slows down. Maybe it only probably at best maybe reaches between 15 to 20,000 subscribers. That's a very rough estimate as of now. But hey, we shall see. But I can't help but assume this type of design isn't going to be the last. Like, I'm pretty sure there will be quite a few more skins like this as we go on. So for what it is, it's fine. Right, Lunar Jacket Cape, you're cool, but I think we're probably going to be better off with a buy order, and of course it is abnormal, so we can use that time to our advantage. That would be the smart way to go about it, I'm sure. So that's how I approach it. Right, let's now go ahead and talk about this large snake box. There's a lot of large box skins being produced for Lunar New Year, and this one happens to be the winner. Congratulations, Mr. Himmick. Congratulations to you, sir. Right, it's got a very nice glow-in-the-dark design, but before we proceed, let's just talk about large boxes last year. With what we see here, as you can see, we got quite a lot of them, and of course Twitch drops included, so yes. Now, look at all of them. How many of them are currently in the positive? We've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, and then the rest of them, bit questionable. But do notice the amount of Twitch drops we had. It was pretty absurd. Right, okay, well that is a bit eye-opening. And then last week's, 2 weeks ago, we had the ramen large box, which was fairly in demand. People liked it, still went down in price. Now, down in price by a little bit at the moment, right? Could that potentially go even lower? We shall see. But the large snake box, I mean, for what it is, and we'll show it off right now. So let's hop out of here and go over to here. Ta-da. Oh, look what's in the background there. A lovely bit of wallpaper. Oh, yes. This design. It glows in the dark, as you can see. Let's turn off the lights as well. Problem is, I've got some lanterns right underneath, but you can see it glows. You can see it glows. Right. Oh, what's going on with the shadows? What are you doing? Anyway, what it is, it's a fine look and design, but I don't fully know if it's going to be A-OK simply because of that. Setting it like a price of $2.49 can be a bit of a problem for a large box. There will be a lot more options. There will be a lot more interesting things potentially down the line. Let's just move the sun around as well. Give that a good look. Get a good bit of the sunlight shining onto it. Nice and reflective. Get up nice and close. Yes. Himmick, you've done a splendid job of it. I'm going to get something very similar for your Valentine skin. Right, anyway. I think it'll probably do decent, but I could still imagine I could pick it up for a cheaper price down the line. Maybe like $1.50 or something. We shall see. Up to you. I mean, if you like it, you go buy it. But if you want to make an investment, you use the abnormal time to your advantage first. So I'll definitely recommend that. So I guess that'll just simply be the case. I'll wait it out. I want to see how many sales it has by next Wednesday. Then we'll approach it. But if you like it, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to you then, Mr. Himmick. Congratulations with your skin being accepted. There was quite a lot of competition for large boxes, wasn't there? Right, let's now hop back over to here. And wow, get a good look at that. So I know we've got the jacket on still, but it doesn't seem to infringe too much. Right then, so, oh, lo and behold, it's another backpack skin, yippee. This does not glow in the dark. There was another one that was submitted that glow in the dark. It's not this one, right? So, snap, give that a good look at night time with the lights cast on it. Yes, congratulations to Loser, that's his name. Yes. He produced this, it got accepted, it's fine for what it is, it's nice, it looks pretty, but how much is it going to sell? Because I've been saying this for the past few weeks now. Don't you think we're getting a little bit fatigued with the amount of backpacks we've seen being accepted as of recent? Yes we are. And we're going to get a Valentines one, you just know it. We're going to get like a love bag. we know we are. It's going to have hearts all over it, it's going to be bright and pink. You know what? I wouldn't say no to a glow-in-the-dark backpack just to see how funny it would look. Anyway. Skin creators, someone make that. Anyway. So, for what it is, it's got a snake. It says 2025. It has, I don't know what that says, so I'm just going to move on. But yeah, it's fine. It's just, have we seen enough now? We've had a backpack every single week since they first became skinnable, and I'm a fair bit concerned it's probably going to go down in price like most of them. Maybe it stays up in price because we don't have any other Lunar New Year skins. I'm just saying. Like I said, I don't actually know how big the player base of China is for Rust, so if you have a good idea of that, feel free to say, but it's a fine-looking skin. I see no issues with it. It looks perfectly serviceable, and I think people would appreciate it still. It's just, we're going to have like a horse one next year, and all the other Zodiac animals all the other years, and is that actually going to maintain interest? Am I going to want to have a backpack that always says 2025 on it? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm worried, and I won't be surprised if it drops off. That's the point I'm trying to get across. So, yeah. It's up to you, but I won't be surprised if it drops off. That is abnormal, but, yeah. Alright, so, let's now hop out of here and to avert our eyes to look to the right, because we have another box to take a look at. It is the most... I'll be nice. Mr. Samota, I gotta sit here and say you've got the best job ever. For what we have right here in front of us is part of an elite, well-established collection that is the Zodiac small boxes. Dun dun dun. Yes, every single year Samota makes this skin and it gets accepted every single year. He changes the name and the symbol and it gets accepted. But hey, it's slowly developing into a lovely little storage collection. As you can see, over the past few years, he only makes these and that's it. He's focusing Counter-Strike. That I'm well aware of. So, yeah. Small box, small box, small box, glister, small box, glister, small box. We've got the ox box, we've got the tiger box, we've got the rabbit box, we've got the dragon box, and we've now got the snake box. Next year, horse box. Yippee. Right, anyway, point made. So, okay. Did you notice how none of them were up in price? Yeah, I'm going to be very straightforward with this. But yeah, that is down by 32%, selling at $1.35. That is down by 20%, selling at $1.19. That is down by 4%, selling at $1.43. And this is selling at $1. Now, this sold 30,000. This sold 17,000. This sold 19,000. They sell quite a fair bit, but they just don't really maintain interest anymore. Now, this sold at $2 last year, and it's sitting at around $1.35. This sold at $1.49 the previous year. From there, $1.20. These do kind of maintain a decent bit of price. They probably will go down to around $1. That right there is selling at $1.49. 80-cent order. I guess that's the way to go about it. But yeah, that is a collection. You can collect all of these right now and slowly pick up the rest of them as they slowly appear. But it doesn't appear to be very, very in demand, does it? No. So for what it is, I mean, it's done a perfectly fine job. There's nothing wrong it's done. It's just doesn't appear to be super in demand, right? You come to me to get a brutal, honest answer, and yeah, I don't think there's an investment to be made there. But if you like it and you want to collect all of them now, hey, I pointed that out to you at the very least. Now let's actually do a good job of showcasing this with various lighting. So, very nice and picturesque, but how about we turn off the lights? Now, as you might instantly notice, with the... you right up there... Anyway, this does not happen to glow in the dark, as you can clearly see. Now the lights are also off, so let's go get a bit of light on, and these lanterns aren't doing me any favours. But yeah, it is nice and gold trimmed. We do have a bit of reflection, which stands out quite nicely. And if we could go up to here to the top, you can see the snake's nice and reflective with some lighting as well. Perfectly fine, perfectly snaky. I'm a snake. I finally did it for the video. Hooray! Right. So, I mean, it's nice. It's just not very super flashy, and I guess it's not what everybody likes. But there's still a reasonable amount of people that like to buy these, keeping the price up. And hey, if we eventually get the full collection, maybe then it will truly be appreciated as a full set. So we'll see. There is your snake box, and, well, next year, horse. It's horse, right? Chat, it's definitely the horse next year. Yeah, right, cool. All right, shall we move on to the next... I can't speak. I've lost my tongue. I'm not a snake anymore. Shall we move on to the next skin? All right, next up we have the Chinese Lantern double barrel shotgun, and this one's a little bit different, a little bit, well, it glows in the dark. This might be a bit of a problem for quite a lot of people. Instantly, I'm hearing people say, don't care. Glow in the dark weapons. We don't get many of them because by default, it's kind of counterintuitive. If you're going to run around with a glow in the dark weapon at night, people are going to spot you, and, well, you're probably not staying alive for much longer, are you? But every now and then, especially with holidays, we tend to see some glow-in-the-dark clothing and armour and weapons. And, well, there you go, in the new year. We've got a nice and bright double-barrel shotgun. Now, have we seen anything like this before? Have we had a glow-in-the-dark double-barrel shotgun before? I think we've seen waterpipe. Oh, there you go, centre blaster. I don't remember how much that glows, but I'm pretty sure the brand... Oh, and, of course, heat double shotgun. Oh, that was years ago, 2017. Right, anyway... Let's go show this off because it's a bit bright. But before we do that, just want to quickly get this point across. Double barrel shotgun skins as of now. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. I know you love to sneak up on people and blow up some heads and whatnot, but these skins aren't exactly holding up very well, are they? No. Now, maybe it could be due to the fact that we've had some very cool Twitch drops in the past. Probably. But I don't know. These skins just don't seem to hold up very nicely. Post-Christmas right now, and, you know, they look like that. You know, there's Thundergold there, Dragon Rage. They look very nice in-game. Down 24, down 28. I have no answer for that, I'm afraid. Anyway, let's go give this a good look. So, as I hop in-game and take a look at this, I will whip it out, and cool. Now, you might be wondering how come I'm facing this way. It's because I can quickly do this, and I can quickly do this. Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty bright, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, yes, a very bright double-barrel shotgun, and from afar you can easily spot that. Very bright orange. It's very identifiable. That's probably the best way of putting it. Yep, so... Right then, so it's cool, it's nice, but you're gonna get found. People will find you. Doesn't look cool. Very nice and shiny. Now, the skin creators, when I first saw this being submitted, I was like, oh, you should probably go submit a normal version without glow in the dark, just in case. And they actually listened. So props to you, Sod Cinder, and the other guy who made it. Sorry about that, don't remember your name. But then the glow in the dark version got accepted. So, hey, you at least put the option available, all right? But anyway, snap. That is bright. That is bright. Look at it. Well, I got accepted, but is it actually going to sell that much? And as a joke, do you reckon this might actually work out all right in the future? Don't you think it could be a fun little challenge to constantly use this always at night time? What do you reckon? Daytime, go. We'll see. I'm going to sit here and say I have doubts. I'm going to sit here and say I have doubts for this. But, hey, they did a very good job of it. It looks nice. But only for the holidays, it seems. Rarely will you ever see a glow-in-the-dark weapon being accepted during a regular rush store. So, appreciate it whilst you can, I guess. But I don't think that'll be retaining value. I worry for it. But maybe it doesn't sell that much. It's not exactly the top-selling skin so far. There's many skins accepted, and this is the second last. So, just going to put that out. All right. The heat double-barrel shotgun is doing pretty well, and it glows like a son of... Well, shiftless. That was accepted back in 2017. The amount of sales that got over the past few years, well... Consider this. 8 years ago, there was a lot less people playing the game. Right now, there's probably... I think there's 150,000 people playing today. Back then, 8 years ago, we probably saw a peak player count on maybe about 30,000. So there's going to be a lot more of these compared to that heat double. But then again, heat double's been in loot boxes for quite a long time, and it probably wasn't too hard to acquire them. Anyway, There's skins that have hardly any skins in circulation, and then there's things like this that, whilst it might not sell that ridiculous compared to the other skins, there's still quite a considerable amount, and it's still very likely it might end up on the Steam market at a pretty cheap price. We'll see how it rolls out, right? So this is abnormal. We can use that to our advantage. We can wait until next Wednesday, look at the sales, make considerations, but it might not be the thing I'm prioritising to chase after. Just going to put that out there, right? So, we gave that a good look. Now, if I could just quickly regain control, put that away and strike a pose, because I'm now going to showcase the final skin of the week. I don't... those are my teeth. They look a lot better. Anyway, Poncho. Right, get a good look at that. Nighttime. That is nice, golden and shiny. Get a good look at that. A very nice, cool looking poncho. Now, funnily enough, there's like 2 ponchos like this, but you shouldn't be too surprised. You might remember the lay poncho, the gold chains poncho. There's been a lot of interesting transparent poncho designs that have been produced over the past year or so. So to see something like that, hey, not surprised. Anyway, thought it is cool. And does it work well with the snake mask and the bandana? What do you reckon? Feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear it. Is there anything else that might work very well with it? Feel free to comment below. Love to hear it. Okay. You might sit there and say Dragon Rage, and I probably wouldn't say no. Right. So, yeah, that's cool. That's fine. Let's get some sunlight over on this side. Come on. Show me my good side. Oh, there we go. Yes. That's looking pretty sweet. But ponchos and transparent ponchos. You're going to sit there and say, oh, surely that'd be all right. Well, here we go. So, let's quickly hop out of here. And let's just quickly showcase to you ponchos, because unfortunately, when you look at all of them that appeared over the past 2 years, and it's post-Christmas right now, how many of them are actually doing good? Well, to my surprise, Ghost Guy's poncho actually recovered quite nicely. Again, if you've seen the price of Arctic camo, you shouldn't be surprised to see people jumped onto Ghost Guys, because it just got a bit too expensive. They went for the next best thing. Yes, it glows in the dark, but they don't want to spend $20 on a head wrap. Anyway, that's doing good. Not that though. 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 Not that. Point made. Point made. Every other poncho not holding up very well. And then the previous year, we actually have some pretty good things going on here. People like Desert Beast. That's nice. These 2 are green, so they've got some interest. Pirate ponchos, all right, because there's a full, well-established pirate, primitive collection. So that's okay. But oh god, look at this. And the amount of transparent ones. I completely forgot about barbed wire poncho. Oof. And then you also have bone armor poncho, and that's not doing very good. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, hey, I just want to bring this up. Quite recently, we also had the Christmas Wreath poncho, 6,400 subscribers. It's down by 47% already. And that right there, at the current rate of sales, it might be very similar, and I wouldn't be surprised if it drops off as well. But it's gold. Well, you know what? That's cool, but we had a gold poncho right there, and it's down by 67%, so... Shut up. I worry, and I don't think it's going to hold up super great. Sorry to say, but yeah. $2.99. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Wet QA, props to you. Perfectly fine looking skin. And it does go quite nicely with the snake mask, I will say that. But that poncho, at the very least, if you thought the whole, like, the set with the bandana, if you like it, then, go buy those skins. Go run around will like it. I mean, it looks nice. I'm not going to say no. But, yeah, overall. So, yeah, I am definitely approaching this whole week with a bit of a, I'm not sure type of vibe. But, yeah, it's a holiday batch of skins. Some of them, regardless, very likely will maintain interest in the future. Wouldn't surprise me. But quite a lot of these other skins, there will be other options that appear. And I wouldn't be surprised if they drop off in interest. If they can't maintain interest, they're going to go down in price. Or, alternatively, too many of them exist and there's too many of them being thrown on the Steam market, and yeah. So, it is what it is. Right, so, there's one more thing I want to start doing. When we see garage doors, double doors and whatnot, I need to see them in a different type of light. So let's go ahead and showcase that right now. Gentlemen, ladies, observe as we approach the garage door here, getting up nice and close with the fire lighting in front of it. We've got candles to the side. Well, I mean torches, but yeah. Yeah, go look at that. Looking nice and comfy. But yeah, look at how the fireplace lights up and it makes all the nice little details bump out, I guess you could say. It's a bump out. Shut up, Hedge. It's not a joke. But yeah, nice and reflective. A different perspective with the lighting. So I hope that was nice and insightful. Give that a good look. And now let's showcase the other garage door. She's looking pretty sinister. Well, get a good look at this. Now, earlier I already mentioned it. This comes across as more like a flat image. Nothing wrong with that. But it's also, like, by default, super bright. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can truly get what I mean, but, like, with this fireplace on, like, this won't even change, like, its tone. During the daytime to nighttime, it barely changes. So I'm just kind of pointing it out. And unfortunately, it doesn't make it, like, really change that much with the fireplace and whatnot. But hey, we gave it a look. You understand it now. And, well, you're probably still going to buy 10 of her anyway, aren't you? No, 100. You desperately need to cover this in the whole of your base. Well, I mean, looking pretty cool. And it's a very nice looking design. Keep an eye out. I wonder what they're going to do for... Well, they're going to do another Love Arrow skin, aren't they? Yeah. Skin creators here made Love Arrow garage door and sheep in the door. Guess it's a perfect time for wooden double doors, maybe? We shall see. 2 Love Arrow ladies on both sides. There you go. So that's for them to consider. Right then, shall we now proceed to showcase this with the sheepman double door? Now we're talking. Look at that. Oh, yeah, that's looking a lot more reflective. Look at all the gold trim standing out, bumping out at you as the sun... Well, no, not sunlight. This is fireplace light. Flickering off to the sides, standing out ever so nicely. You can also see it on the pattern here on the glow-in-the-dark panels for the windows. It's not windows, is it? What are they called? I don't fully know the name of this design and whatnot, but you know what I'm saying. All the little features standing out as the light burns in front of it. Very cute. Very nice. Now, this was brought to my attention. I realised, yeah, I should consider showcasing garage doors and double doors like this. Do you like it? I'd love for you to comment below. I'd love to see your feedback. If you want to see this as a reoccurring thing, I'll make sure to put the effort in. But when you see a skin like that, it definitely showcases it very nicely, doesn't it? So, a perspective I didn't realise until someone asked. So, I managed to showcase it here to you now. Cool. Right, shall we now talk about those items Facepunch have made and question how we're going to approach them? Because it is looking pretty interesting. Let's go flick over to that. Okay, so 3 brand new items. Now, of course, Snake Mask. Perfectly fine looking design. We've had some cool looking Zodiac masks in the past, though. So if I could just quickly go over to here, look at the new Lunar New Year stuff, you'll see that we've had the Dragon Mask, the Rat Mask, the Ox Mask, the Tiger Mask, and the Rabbit Mask. Dragon Mask first appeared as like the first ever Zodiac mask. They started with the dragon, even though it was the year of the pig that year. It's up to them. Anyway, last year was the year of the dragon, so they resubmitted it, but they also introduced the Dragon Rocket Launcher. That was cool. That is down in price, probably because it was reintroduced. There's probably a lot more of these in circulation than you realise. Remember, because it's made by Facepunch, it doesn't have a workshop page, so we can't like get a good idea of like the subscriber count, for example. But it wouldn't surprise me if there's quite a lot of these. So just point it out. Rat Mask that came out in 2020. That is now selling at $26. What compels people to dress up like a rat? And acting like a rat. How could you? But yeah, that is popular, so fair enough. Ox Mask came out in 2021, so that was just after like the offline TV era, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of these in circulation. That's down by 30%, selling at $4.52 after it sold in Russia at $6.49. So yeah, this is not going to recover after a while, I'm guessing. Give it some more time, maybe it'll get there eventually. Anyway, Tiger Mask, $6.49, $5.43 at the moment. It is down in price a fair bit, but one thing I haven't really brought up, both of these skins, or rather these special items, they don't actually have that many listings. 34 and 15, and yet they're still not all like perfectly back up to its trust price. Hey, it is what it is. So closing that. But the most recent brand new mask to be introduced was the Rabbit Mask, and that's now doubled in price basically. What gives? What makes that so much more interesting compared to all the other ones? Do people like to dress up as animals like this? And well, probably. I don't know. It does stand out and look pretty. So I will sit there and say, okay, that's cool. But does the snake stand a chance, or is it going down in price like these two? Now, just to reiterate, that probably sold ridiculously. That was reintroduced. That one's just kind of, yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen with the snake mask. With that bandana, it does look pretty cool. The headspace, it kind of looks like a hood. I guess you could say that, yeah. I mean, it looks fine. But yeah, $5.49, not $6.49, $5.49. It's a bit cheaper compared to some of the other ones. Maybe it works out nicely. I'm not expecting this to be reintroduced anytime soon, of course. So it's for your consideration. Is it only going to be around for 1 week, or is it going to be around for 2 weeks? Are we going to get 2 weeks of Lunar New Year? Don't know. We shall see. But it is abnormal. With every brand new item that we see being introduced by Facepunch, it was automatically abnormal. So you can see the link there, you can see the link there, you can see the link there. Maybe they'll change it for the wallpaper and these wall dividers. We shall see. But I know that's going to stick around and will be abnormal. So yeah, cool. Now talk about these other things. So I guess I'll talk about the wall divider pack first. I wouldn't be surprised if it drops down in price a fair bit. Like this is basically selling. Actually, it's more expensive compared to the festive garlands. Does that make sense to you? Probably not. But we did see this in game quite a fair bit. So if I quickly hop out of here, I'm just dancing over there. I'm just a jolly dancing man. But over to here, yeah. Did you realise you could do this? Let's move the sun around a little bit more. Get a good look at all the different designs we have for the wall dividers. So that's the more transparent version. Looking very nice, looking very cool. Then we have the one that's a little bit more filled in. But here's the catch. When we move over to the next one over to here, this quite literally has a snake theme to it. I'm under the impression that with every brand new Lunar New Year we have, we'll get an animal theme added. So the value of this pack will probably increase every single year. Next year, horse. We're going to get a special horse pattern. The year after that, don't know, but I don't know. It might be, I think it's the rooster. So we're going to have a gigantic cock on the side. Anyway, that might be the case. Or maybe they have a completely new pack of these, maybe. Because like I said, with the wallpapers, I'm kind of convinced that might happen. So it might go either way, or maybe they never change or add anything. Who knows? But for what it is, the nice comfy aesthetic and whatnot, it looks nice. It looks cool. Pair it up like that. I'm sure not every single server you play on is always like PvP oriented. You know, it might have like some nice casual, calm, servers that we can actually put these up and appreciate them. So, hey, we'll see. Maybe these end up with some sort of weird exploit and then suddenly they just go up in price ridiculously. We've seen some very stupid things with eggs in the past, for example, the Easter eggs. So, anyway. That looks nice. Feel free to comment below if you happen to like them or not. I'd love to hear it. Now, let's talk about those wallpapers. So, if we could now move over to here, we've got a lovely selection of wallpapers. I made sure to put them all on display. Make sure you put them with walls facing inwards, as in interiors, because they will vanish. I just found that out today. They kept disappearing. I thought someone was stealing them anyway. Very nice, calm, very lovely looking aesthetic, very nice looking design. So yes. And then on the other side, you have like the 3-part like tapestry over here. So let's move the sun around a little bit more. You can't see all of it because I've got to put a roof up there just to make sure it doesn't disappear. But yeah, that's fine. Not very noticeable, this one, as you can clearly see. You're going to need some light to be able to see it properly. Anyway, point made. Does that look nice to you? I think the bamboo and the cherry blossom ones will probably get the most appreciation. Maybe the lantern one as well. I mean, that's my own personal opinion, isn't it? Out of all these wallpapers, which one's your favourite? Feel free to comment below. Right, so, wallpapers. Is this now a new thing where we're probably going to see a different pack every single year? With wallpapers, are we going to get new ones next year? I get the feeling that might be a little bit annoying. Or maybe it's not that bad. I mean, Face Punch would have to point that out, wouldn't they? But, yeah, is it going to be like brand new Pokemon cards with people lining up and they've got to race in and grab as much as they can and whatnot? Is this actually going to be available for just 1 week or is it going to be available for 2 weeks? We don't know. I'm under the impression maybe they could always add like a new wallpaper every single year. We didn't see any snake-themed wallpapers there, did we? But I guess it couldn't hurt to add another one. Improve the value, gradually as time goes on, we get added, a little bit more added, and the value of it only like improves. Like if you bought it now, next year might be a little bit more pricey. I don't think that'll happen, but it couldn't hurt probably just to add an extra wallpaper every year. Now, with this, as I said, maybe we're getting like a Valentines one, an Easter one, Halloween one, Christmas one. It would look cool. I wonder if they probably ask people to submit their own art style, like their own artworks depicting Rust, and they just release like a nice little pack. Something like that could be perfectly fine for Rust's birthday, which is the beginning of December every single year. Like, imagine if they could just ask everybody, like, "Hey, do you have a cool screenshot or of a very fun video or something?" Like, it could be like a community event where FacePunch quite literally says, "Guys, submit to us your most awesome looking screenshots, whether it's a funny thing that happened, or just a nice cinematic view, or a video where something really funny happened, notable things happened, and like." people could vote for what they like the most out of everything that's submitted, and the winners, that could all get written, like drawn, depicted in art, and released as a wallpaper. They could do that. They could do that every single year, like a little competition, lots of community engagement. I think that'll work out very nice. Credit me if you're going to do that. I do. Anyway, so anyway, that would be nice, and I wouldn't say no to the idea of that. Wallpapers, probably getting a lot more of them. I also had the idea maybe you could do like a YouTuber thumbnail competition, but that might go a little bit too silly anyway. We'll see what becomes of this. Maybe it's just a one-off. Maybe we see tons more. Keep an eye out. Wallpapers might be the future, and potentially even more so, skin creators might be able to get their hands on these and produce some absolutely strange-looking designs. Where is my No Mercy wallpaper? That would look cool. But then you consider like some of the other strange designs we've seen in the past, and yeah. I'm just saying, that would be cool. But yeah, maybe it opens the door to a lot more. All right, cool. So we got that all nice and said. Those 3 items right there, they are abnormal. Next Wednesday night, we'll chase after them. I don't know what I'm going to offer for them, but you could always just do a nice and simple $1 or $2 buy order. Hey, you very likely might pick up a bunch of them as time goes on. I've put down buy orders for like, well, if I go to here, I've got like a $1 buy order in this Chinese New Year spear. I might have it on this account. Let's go see. And I can confirm to you, not on this account, right? But yeah, I put down like a $1 buy order on this, and I bought like 30 of them last year. It might not happen instantly, it might not happen very quickly, but it happens eventually, right? So when you're there, try and be fast enough, and eventually you'll succeed with these lovely little buy orders. Yes. All right then. So let's now talk about some of the reappearing items and discuss how they're likely going to behave from here and now. So I'm going to go over to the front page of the Rusty Market, and as you might notice, Dragon Rocket Launcher and Chinese Lantern are right there. What gives? What's going on? I was warning people about this. Dragon Rocket Launcher, would it reappear? Yes, it appears to be a brand new, reappearing evergreen item that's going to just keep reappearing for every single Lunar New Year. Dragon theme wasn't just for the Lunar. It wasn't just for the Year of the Dragon last year. It's quite literally a theme for Lunar New Year, regardless. Dragon Rocket Launchers will most likely reappear every single year from now on. Let's talk about the progress this had. So hopping over to here, this rose all the way up to about $13+ at its peak. So look at the amount of sales it's had. People are selling. This peaked all the way up to about $14 almost, all right? But then, of course, it went down. We weren't sure whether it was going to reappear or not. From now on, we know it's going to reappear. But with this now reappearing and selling at half the price it peaked at just a few days ago, is it going to climb back up again? I can't help but assume a lot of people saw that this reappeared at $5.49, went over to the Steam Market page and saw that there was still barters at like $9 plus and thought, oh, I better go buy some and see if I can flip them as fast as possible next week. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, how many do you reckon are going to get bought? And once we go through the summertime and all that, will this rise back up again? The summer of 2025 is looking very appealing. We're going to get the jungle biome. We're going to get like the cooking update and whatnot. Kids will have summer vacation. I'm expecting a lot of people to play around then, perhaps just as much as what we saw for the January 4 swipe. We shall see. I'd love to hear your thoughts in regards to this. But don't you think Dragon Rocket Launcher will probably still go back up in price? Not to the price it sold at its peak, but maybe around $10 again. So if you bought that for $5.49 and it went up to $10, would you be upset with that? Probably not, no. Is it the best thing to put your money towards, though? Well, probably not. There's the Chinese Lantern. I'll explain that in a bit. It's a risk. We've only seen it perform once, the sales over a single year, and that's when it was brand new. But now that we know from here on now it's going to reappear, is that going to be not performing as well compared to last year? Most likely. But even if it wasn't as bad, like even if it still goes up to $10, that's still a very nice thing to consider. And the amount of profit you get out of that if you sold then probably would still be like $3 or $4 profit. That sounds appealing. But in comparison to the Chinese Lantern, this has been out for years. And this just keeps always going back up in price. So now I'm going to glaze this. Right now, this is currently selling in the Rust store at $2.49. Yes, I do believe a big fat batch of these have probably been bought with the pure intent to sell to these buy orders. This very likely will go all the way down to probably around $2, which is basically what happened last year because it got reintroduced. But here's the point. Look at the sales history over the past year. It went all the way down. So it was reintroduced for Lunar New Year in 2024. Went all the way down around March, April time. Remember Easter dip? It went all the way down to about $1.90, just below $2. But from here to literally about a week or so ago, it went and, well, doubled in price. Tripled in price, actually. Yeah, it went from about just under $2 and it peaked at about $6. Now, you might sit there and say, oh, Hedge, that was just a one-off. Is it? Look at this. It just keeps going back up in price every single year. Reintroduced, doubles in price. Reintroduced, doubles in price. Not that year. It still went up. It wasn't double price. But yeah, reintroduced. Actually peaks in August, funnily enough. But as you can see, give it time, it will go back up in price again. Maybe the fact that I've just pointed out it doesn't go up as high in price next year. We shall see. But it's a long-term investment, and it usually works out very nicely. People appreciate these lanterns. And as I showcased to you, the brand new wall frames, you can stick them underneath. It adds to the comfiness. So perhaps, maybe, this is going to happen all over again. And now that I pointed out to you, don't you think that's a lot better to put your money towards compared to the rocket launcher? Dragon rocket launcher, to be precise. Yes, it does, because you get more out of it. So, I mean, you're probably better off waiting until March, April time to make a move when they probably go down to around $2 again. It could happen. But could it go absolutely insane all over again? Like, even if you sold around here, do you see in October, it only just about went up to about $4. That's still profit. Still profit. So as a nice, reliable, long-term investment, that might be it. That might be the option. So there you go. Now here's another thing I have to bring up to you. And you probably don't even realise it happened. What are you on about now, Hedge? Come on now, just say it. There's a Lunar New Year item that was introduced and it's never been brought back. I'm now going to go ahead and talk about the Sky Lantern. What's this? Well, if you're completely new, you probably have no idea about this, but this was introduced in 2022. It did not reappear in 2023. It did not reappear in 2024, and of course, now this year, it has not reappeared in 2025. What's going on? I don't know. Sometimes this just happens. You know, there's Halloween items and Christmas items that appeared once and never were brought back ever again. So this right here, Sky Lantern. You sold at $2.49 back in 2022. You sold, I guess, reasonably. People probably would have assumed you were going to get reintroduced the next year, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen the next year. It didn't happen the next year, which is right now. There's only 17 of these in the Steam market. It's currently selling at $4.65. It has had a very nice, gracious climb up in price. As you can see here over the past year, it's just been going up and up and up and up. But if you look at its lifetime sales, it has been a bit iffy. But over the past year, it's just been going up and up and up and up. I am under the impression people are aware of this now. As you can see, my barter in this, I did manage to buy a bunch of them for around $1. Anyway, with what I'm looking at here, by default, would you assume a rare item would just go up in price simply due to the fact that it's rare? I don't know how many of these actually exist. There's probably at least maybe a few thousand. I wouldn't be surprised by that. But it might have been bought a lot, but are those accounts that bought them 3 years ago still active? Ooh, take that into consideration. Now, for what this does, it's action. It's a bit silly. You can put an item in it. You can have a different coloured lantern. It will go up in the sky. If you shoot it down, you can grab the item that's inside of it. Okay, right, fine. But is that enough to really get people wanting to buy it? Probably not. But there's not that many of them in circulation. And what happens to this next? I don't know. But I pointed it out to you. Will it ever get brought back? Will it get brought back next year? Because I pointed this out. Will it be brought back next week? We have a second week of, Lunar New Year. I don't know. But that appears to be a discontinued item. So we'll see what happens next. But there you go. Right. So I don't know what's going to become of it, but I've pointed it out. Cool. Right then, so with that all said, is there anything else to look forward to now? Well, of course, you should be keeping an eye on the commits, but it's all like geared towards primitive mode at the moment, and we basically know what's coming. So, look forward to that. February Force Wipe. I'm thinking quite a lot of people will be turning up. Will bow skins, crossbow skins, salvage swords, long swords, combat knives? Will all those primitive weaponry skins be going up in price with all those weapons being used a lot now? We shall see. Cool. As I hop over to the workshop, I should point out we do have more Twitch drops on the horizon. Let me just quickly refresh. This is a collection set up by that German guy. There's only 5 skins here at the moment, but there are actually more. There are 4 AK-47s. There is a SAR there. There is a Thompson being worked on. There is a grenade being worked on. And I've just found out about a brand new skin. Yes, Drizzer's bearskin rug. As I turn my eyes over to here, what's that? It's a tiger. It's a very weird looking tiger because it's actually a bear. But anyway... That is a Twitch drop, yes. Considering that we have the jungle biome coming out later this year, that's a perfectly befitting skin. Now you're probably sitting there and saying, hey, Hedge, does it happen to glow in the dark? Well, if I could just quickly... No, it doesn't. It does not glow in the dark. Tigers don't glow. Just put it out. Anyway, so we've learned things today, haven't we, chat? Oh, yes. But yeah, that is a perfectly fine look and design, but then you look at its face and you're like, what? Tigers don't have snoots. They have like more of a spherical face, I guess you could say. Right then, so that's just a nice little teaser of what's to come out soon. Not all the skins have been unveiled. Once they have, I will showcase them to you to the best of my ability. But yeah, bear skin rug on the horizon. So we'll see what becomes of that. Yippee! Right then, so we'll keep an eye on the workshop and whatnot. Keep an eye on Twitter because it's being announced on Twitter as well. Hopping out of here. As you can see, this tweet was put out. We can see all the people that are going to get a Twitch drop. I believe I'm aware of about 8 of them so far, so there's a few more to go. And like I said, once they've all been revealed, I'll showcase them. But yes, that's what's to be expected. And earlier today, Drizzer put out a lovely little video showcasing his brand new Twitch drop, which you can see in your own time. But yeah, it's not too hard to find that, I'm sure. Lovely little video. Cool. Right, so with today's yapping about speculation with primitive game mode, I would like to showcase this to you right now. So not that one. There you go. Rust skin speculation in 2025, justifications and considerations. I talk about the upcoming primitive game mode. I talk about fridges with the cooking update being mentioned a lot on the Rust commits. Well, it looks like fridges are going to become a necessity rather than like a novelty or a roleplay item. You're going to need it because if you don't keep your food nice and cool, it's going to rot now. But with all the food, if you keep it all nice and cool and fresh, you're going to be able to cook with it. You're going to be able to make meals. Not sure what it's going to amount to. If I cook a pie, is it going to make sure that, like, would I have extra health, for example? Will I get buffs like that? If I eat some sort of fish dish, am I going to be able to breathe underwater for about a minute? It might be like that. We don't know. If I eat runner beans, does it mean I can run faster? Just saying. Anyway, so just point that out. But yeah, so give that a good watch. It will give you some nice insight for what you should be expecting and how you can keep an eye on things. And yeah, that's basically it. If you want to see all the recent skins that are submitted, it's basically Lunar New Year skins. But there were a few collection continuations, Abyssstone tools and tire hide clothing. It's all there. But yeah, we've basically seen everything. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Lunar New Year skins again next week. It wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, so that's there, and I mentioned the abnormal video if you want to keep yourself informed for what that is. And yeah, there you go. Oh, don't forget about Valentines, almost forgot. Yep, Valentines is, of course, just around the corner. All the skins are due February 3rd. This collection is on the workshop. Maybe I'll link it in the description. Go give that a good look right now. 2 skins have been submitted so far. What else will appear? Lots of pink. Lots of pink. I hope you're ready for it. I hope you're ready for super... you're going to get a lot of pink backpacks with huge hearts. And they're going to love bomb you. But yeah, that's going to come out soon. All right then. Road Romeo, yes. So, yep, that is it. Quick refresh on the front page. How's that currently holding up? Looking pretty good. How's Hedge doing with his sales? He has been buying a lot of things. Hedge has been buying a lot of things, but the progress with the post-Christmas sales, it's starting to slow down. It does appear we've already reached the peak prices. I'll have a video out on Saturday talking about that. It's not the end of the world, though. The prices are still very good to sell right now, especially considering what's about to appear over the course of the next few months, or rather the couple months, because March, April, that is usually where we see prices drop off and reach a new rock bottom price. But from then on, we look forward towards the summertime, and the summer is very good. Like I said, with the potential very big updates that might be happening, lots of people will be jumping in, and well, lots of people playing the game leads to an increase in demand for skins and whatnot. But Easter dip will lead to less people playing the game and lower demand for skins, lower skin prices. You've been warned, yes. All right then, so I guess we could just quickly hop back into here and just, watch Hedge dance. Yes, yes. I do think it blends in quite nicely with the mask. It does kind of work, the Reptile Hunter hoodie and pants with the brand new snake mask. What do you reckon? We need some primitive Reptile Hunter clothing, Mr. Himmick. Get on it. I mean, jungle stuff. Just saying, I mean, there's going to be a demand for it, but I guess it's up to Face Punch. He did submit a poncho and whatnot before. maybe it's worthy of a version 2. We shall see. And that's a wrap. So I thank you very much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. Keep an eye on the commits. Go look at your inventory right now. Make considerations. Maybe it's a perfectly fine time to consider selling your skins now, knowing that they very likely will go down in price over the course of the next several weeks or so. All right? But then we can look forward to the summer, and then we worry about the autumn fall seasonal dip, but then we enjoy the Christmas all over again. Hedge, you're looking too far ahead. I'm getting old. This is moving too quickly now. Catch you later. Saying goodbye.